All right, legends, a word from today's sponsors before we kick off the podcast. Are you looking for a tray or canopy? Today we have LJ Fab based out of Chinchillies doing custom ute and tray canopies, shipping Australia wide. If you're looking for your next steel or aluminium custom tray for your rig, make sure you get in contact with the team over at LJ Fab. Their work is second to none and can't be beaten. They're now taking orders from June onwards, so getting quick, spots are filling fast. Let them know the Hey Big Mac podcast has sent you. Thanks, guys. Next is Hamptons Media Services. Are you chasing professional photography, videography between Gold Coast and Bundaberg? Or logo designs like the same you see from all the Hey Big Mac accounts? They can bring your profiles back to life with new professional looks, so go check them out and let them know Hey Big Mac has sent you. Thanks, guys, and on to today's episode. Cheers.
Rightio, guys. Welcome back to the Hey Big Mac podcast. Unfortunately, this week it's sort of going to be a little bit of a bye episode. You probably already noticed that it's going to read pretty short on the audio listing wherever you're listening to. As always, we do appreciate everyone that's liking, subscribing, following, listening. We really do appreciate it. Lately, it's just been going absolutely insane. And this week, I sort of want to go over why it's going to be a quiet week this week, but we've got a lot more coming up. So we'll get stuck into that, eh? So just sort of kicking off, basically this week is sort of, I've been flat out in the shed, just sort of working on the car, cleaning the car up. I've also been working pretty much full time, like 45, 50 hours a week with one of the boys fencing. Just getting on top of the bills. We're actually going away. So this Wednesday coming, so if you're listening to this on the Monday, Wednesday I'm actually heading away for 3 days on a trip, filming, forward driving and everything like that with two mates. Then straight away this Friday, King of the Strip, we're going to be up there. Myself, the piss bus, the whole crew, all the boys are coming. It's going to be an absolutely ripper event. So this Friday, Saturday. So Friday night, test and tune, Saturday night, drag racing, King of the Strip. We're going to be there, come up, say g'day. We may or may not have the podcast set up. The plan is to hopefully set it up there, do a couple of short-term interviews. So we'll get a couple of you, mate, if you're a good guest, whatever it might be, sit down for 5 minutes. We'll have a chat, how the weekend's going, what the event's like, what you've seen, what you're loving. Maybe if there's a couple of drivers there or the organisers of the event want to have a chat, we can just sort of wing it. We're just going to sit there and keep it on deck, I suppose, and sort of recap a bit of the weekend. And then that obviously will come out that following Monday. So that's King of the Strip. So make sure you come up, say good day to us at the King of the Strip. We're going to be under a setup with Piss Bus. He's actually running his ute all weekend. So we'll be sort of supporting him all weekend. And he'll have a couple of stickers there to give out, different bits and pieces. Wheel Boys are going to be there as well. Allied Wheels and Wheel Boys, they're going to be there. So they'll be set up in the tent. The reps will be there. If you're interested in wheels, talk to them. I believe the Piss Bus, who he hasn't been on for a few episodes, but we've been busy. We're getting organised for a few trips and that. Piss Bus has a code with Wheel Boys. I believe it's Blue Magic. Go to his profile, send him a message, double check on that. But I know he's got a code on there for Allied Wheels. That's a little plug for them. Besides that, we are basically packing up ASAP that Sunday, and we'll be heading out to Finke for the desert race. So the cars were approved. Wednesday night, I got the notification when we were out for dinner for a mate's birthday. Cars got approved to race at Finke, so we're definitely going to Finke now. I'm very bloody stoked. I know all the boys that we're going with, they're bloody stoked. So we're very keen for that. Other stuff out at Finke, there'll be a few boys out there getting ready to head out already. I'm not sure who we're going to be camping with, where we're going to be camping, how it's all going to be organised, but we will be out there. So if you see the ute going around, make sure you come say g'day. Look, we're always happy to talk to everyone. So, yeah, do that. My first time out at Finke for the race, so I'm very keen for the race, and I'm absolutely very pumped for it. The couple of good mates going with us. Yeah, not really too much to speak on Finke at the moment. I should be out there hopefully Tuesday, Wednesday to watch the pre-running and help a couple of the boys that are racing bikes, maybe just running fuel and stuff for them to help them out. But yeah, besides that, There's the Finke trip coming back. We want to plan a Fraser or Morton trip. I think that'd be fun. Just get a couple of us out. We just haven't done a good group trip in a while, so I think the boys need a good group trip because only a few of the boys are only coming to King of the Strip. So get back from Finke and probably mid-June or end of June, we might try and do a boys trip up Fraser or something. I don't know. But yeah, we might keep that on the down low until we actually do decide what we're doing. I suppose we can talk about my ute prep, what's going on. So this week the ute's taken on a lot of changes. One of the big ones being I've just thrown, actually Matt and Chloe have taken the canopy off their ute because they're getting their new mission built canopy. So I've actually hijacked their canopy for the next probably 2 to 3, 4 weeks until I actually get back from Finke. So I'm borrowing their canopy. I've fitted out. I've put my fridge in there, kept their drawers and stuff, just somewhere to, a little bit more tourist setup. I painted it, so I hope they don't mind that I've painted it because I wasn't putting a white canopy on a Semi-Torp ute. New wheels, hopefully picking up the rims tomorrow. Rims and tyres, I'm only going cheap. I'm getting a set of old traps off a mate. I'll talk about that more probably later on. Cheap Chinese wheels, the YEWW special beadlocks. I'm throwing some of them on there. I've got a lot to do. I've wired in the inverter today. Got the fridges running in the back. Actually, I better make sure that fridge is still running because I've changed a lot of settings. That's a good thing about the Red Arc, I suppose. It's so easy to control off your phone. Next Monday, when you're watching or listening to this, Monday or Tuesday, I'm actually getting the winch put in with Sam. What else? I've got the spares on, Max Track's on, water tank's all full. We're pretty much sorted. The new steering wheel's in the car now. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that already, but I've got the CSS steering wheel. All the buttons are working. It's absolutely amazing to drive. And probably a little teaser for you as well. Yesterday, I went down to Ram Diesel, go see Kraken Cruiser, Rob Morris, if everyone knows him. He's jumped on, helped me fit all the Alpha shocks from J-Max. So I've been down to J-Max, seen the boys. We've got a set of Alpha shocks for the utes. I'm fucking stoked for it. So I'm very happy to have them in the ute. I've only drove it like 15k back from Rob's shop to my house and started working on it. But those, I don't know why the hell I've had Ironman shocks in the ute for so long. They've been fail-safe. The Ironman shocks were good. They never done me wrong, never had any issues with them. But as soon as I went for a drive with the new Alpha shocks, having the settings on them, like 26 different settings or something, I was like, why have I not just done this sooner? So there'll be a little YouTube video coming out on the Hey Big Mac and Piss Pass channel very soon about that. So we've done a full install video, all that. So this is a cheeky little plug for that. If you want to see what's going on over there, I'll probably keep it very quiet on social media until that YouTube video comes out. But yeah, massive thanks to the boys at J-Max and Rob, Fitnam, Jai, the whole crew, Jason, everyone in the office. So love yous all. Besides that, for mods, it's been pretty basic. Just trying to get it cleaned up and ready to go. I've got to get the swag packed. Yeah, I don't really know. There's not too much else to be done. Busy week this week though. Doing that trip out with Tommy and Mitch. Yeah, there is a lot going on. So maybe you could. I've got a few guests lined up with Tommy and Mitch when we do this trip wheeling. We're filming it for Tommy's channel. Going to be hopefully doing a Boys in the Bush episode podcast. So all the boys sitting around the fire, wherever the hell we might be, we're going to try and bang out a podcast about the trip, stuff like that. Maybe a little bit of behind the scenes chat of what you'll expect in his episode. Besides that, I know Sam Young is up in Queensland. Hopefully he's hearing this because I do want to try and get him on before he disappears for the next few months. But I'm trying to catch up with Sam Young, maybe get him on the podcast, see how we go. Got a few other guests that I've lined up that are probably will keep them quiet just as a surprise. So when you do see those episodes, you're going to know about it. Yeah, Finke, we're going to be running hopefully a live podcast at Finke. I forgot to mention that, I think. So we're not sure how we're going to do it. We're probably going to do it for like the first bikes, first cars. Sit down, there'll probably be like two of us, and we're just going to be sitting there cheering the bikes on, talking about the race and what's going on, what we're doing. We're probably going to be stuffing around a little bit, having our fun and our yarns. But yeah, see what it's like when we get out there, I suppose, and sort of we'll probably try and film as much as we can and put it on YouTube, sort of a bit of more long form content about our trip out to Finke, my first experience, what it's like, the others that I'm going with, their experiences with Finke. A lot of them have never been before, some of them have been before, and yeah, we'll just sort of capture a bit of behind the scenes for YouTube and get into a more long form content. So that's another one to look forward to. There isn't really too much else going on currently. It's been sort of a very quiet period for social media, I suppose you could say. Not too much going on. So I reckon over the next 3 to 4 weeks, there's going to be a lot happening on the socials. You're going to see all your favourite brands out and about. It's sort of that time of year again where everyone's heading up Cape York and, you know, out to Finke and doing these big trips, and they're sort of just getting planned for that winter period. So I think the last month's sort of been a bit quiet, and I think that's for good reason because everyone's sort of got big plans happening. Like everyone I'm talking to, they're like, oh, we've got this trip coming up, so we're just working, we're getting ready, we're getting prepped. So yeah, I think you're probably going to get a lot more content-based stuff out on YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is. And it's going to start filling up and getting back because I know everyone's been saying it's been very quiet. So don't really have much else to go into this week. It's been very simple just for a little update. And this would be a little short episode. So didn't really see too much this week on the YouTube. There's not a whole lot really happening. So if I've missed something, I'm very sorry that I have. But yeah. No, call-ins. That's what we've got to talk about. Call-ins. Who's ready for call-ins? Because I've got a couple sent through to the email already. The email is heybigmacpodcast@yahoo.com. So if you want to get in a call-in, send in your funny fails, your fuck-ups, your camp stories. I tell you what, the very first one I'm going to play, I've listened to it already, and holy hell, these boys need to learn how to cook a pizza. So that's a little teaser for you. You can call in about any single topic you want to. If you have an issue that you want to bring up that might be something to do with cars, Forbies, trips, locations. Maybe you've been to a holiday park or a Forby park and there's something going on, or you want to promote. If you want to jump on here and promote your own stuff, call in on behalf of maybe if you're a part of a 4x4 park or something, you want to promote it and or say thank you to people, or you're a business or something like that, call in, give us a shout, maybe have a funny story that you might tell as well. And yeah, I think we'll run with that. So yeah, funny stories, fuck ups, fails, good things, laughs, whatever it might be, call in each week. I'm going to run about 5 or 6 each episode each week. And look, if you've got the funniest yarn, I'm going to backdate all the merchandise that we're getting, and I'm going to do a giveaway pack. So it'd be like a hat, shirts, stickers, something like that. And each week I'm going to select a giveaway, and when we get all that merchandise in, we're going to backdate it all, and we're going to make sure it's all sent out to a winner of each week. So the plan is sort of going forward from here. We're going to... Mondays are probably going to be guest episodes. So you can have your full-blown guest episodes. They could be an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. As long as that guest wants to talk and has good information, we'll just keep them talking. And then I'm thinking Wednesdays or Thursdays, I might actually try and start doing the call-in episodes, the updates, the sort of more the admin. I think it'd just be something to split it up, keep your guest episodes there for your Mondays, and they seem to be the better episodes that people want to listen to is the guest. So going to focus on that for Mondays. starting after you're listening to this one, probably the next week will be guest, or it'll be like the trip episodes, stuff like that. And then you're going to have basically, if we get enough call-ins, we're going to be just doing more and more each week, longer episodes, make it harder. So yeah, get your call-ins to the email is heybigmacpodcast@yahoo.com. So just remember that when you're sending them in. You can literally film it on your camera on your phone. We'll only be playing the audio anyway. Or you can send in a voice recorded audio file and send it straight through to the email. If there is any issues, send us a message on the podcast page. We will, on Instagram, we will reply to it and we'll get you sorted on how to do it. If not, you can send them through just your standard video to the Instagram, the Hey Big Mac podcast, and we will get them on there as well. So we'll just be putting an audio file each week together. We'll basically play your file on the show, and then we'll react to it. If we've got anything to add to it, whatever it might be, I'm sort of just winging it. So we need your guys' help to make that happen anyway. And you got to share it to your mates. If you're not sharing it to your mates, and the first probably 10 to 15 episodes of it, we're just gonna keep it simple, see how we go. I mean, the first 5 episodes we had out, everyone was sharing them like crazy, tagging us in their Instagram stories. That was unreal. I want to get that happening again, because I was sharing like every hour there was another one coming through, something like that. So yeah, remember to always screenshot the episode, tag us online, who you listen to, like myself, Piss Bus, anyone like that, any of the guests. Make sure you tag in the guests, because like they've taken the time to come on, sit, talk, chat. So we all really appreciate it. Finishing off there, there's probably not too much to add to this week. It's probably going to be 15, 16, 17 minute episode. So we really do appreciate you listening, guys. I do see the analytics each week. I do see everyone, the retention rates on the analytics are massive. A lot of people listening right through the episodes. It blows me away. I'm absolutely stoked with it. So thank you very much, guys. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Sorry this week's a shorter episode, but we've got a lot of content coming. So hustling down, getting the youth ready for trips. We're going to be away. I will be taking the podcast set up with me on the road. We will be uploading on the road. Yeah, that's probably all I've got to say this week. So thank you very much, guys, for listening. And we will talk to you again next week. So thank you. Bye. You.
Shake and bake! Woo!